Hello, my beautiful coven. How are you? I'm happy to be back here with you on the witching half hour or so. I'm really kind of stunned. Can we believe that it's 2024? It is January 2024, and it is the third season of this podcast. This is totally mind-blowing for me. I want to thank every single one of you who tunes in, who goes into the back catalog, who listens. We're an independent podcast. It's just me in my blanket fort at my house, recording and editing and putting this together for you. And I'm learning along the way. So it's been quite a learning curve. And I'm just so grateful to each and every one of you who spends time with me in this space we have on the podcast. I really hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you got to eat too many sweets and too many delicious foods, and that you got more than enough hugs from all the people that you cherish. I'm a little bit amazed that we're starting season 3. You know what I mean? Like, of course, when I started the podcast, I planned to do it and manifest success and create something cool. That was my plan all along. I didn't really think about what it would be like to complete a season or what it would feel like to be here starting season 3. It's pretty wild, actually. It feels really good. It really does. It feels really lovely to have accomplished this. And I will be honest with you, I kind of thought, like, if you build it, it will come, field of dreams kind of style, that all I would need to do is talk into a microphone and I would just be able to leave my muggle job and podcast full time. And that is not a reality for little independent podcasts. I think if you're already a celebrity, you can make a lot of money at podcasting, but this really is a labor of love. And I do love it. I do like hanging out in a blanket fort in my living room with you, talking to you about witchy stuff and going on little soapboxy rants to you. I do quite enjoy it. And I couldn't do it if you didn't listen. That's because you guys are following and subscribing to the podcast, and you're leaving reviews, and you're downloading, and you're engaging and sharing with your friends how much you like tuning in. And I really, really, really appreciate that. And the podcast is growing steadily. Our following, our community, it's a real thing. And I'm so, so grateful. Every time I think about it, I'm flooded with gratitude. I'm glad you like hanging out with me and listening to me. And I'm really grateful for the feedback I've gotten from people I know and people who have found the podcast. Your engagement is the reason that our podcast community is growing and that our Earbud Coven is expanding. I don't spend money on advertising. This is an independent podcast. I haven't chosen to invest in advertising. So I really, really thank you. And if you've ever wondered, because I'm always telling you guys to drop me a line or reach out, like, please do. Please, I'm on Instagram at The Witching Half Hour or So. The podcast has its own Instagram. Please drop me a line, talk to me, comment on a post. I really do want to engage with you. I really think about what you want and what kind of episodes would be interesting for you and who you'd like to hear from when I do interviews. So please, I am thinking and talking to you when I say to drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you and engage with you guys. So let's talk about this season coming up. Let's talk about what I have planned for you. Well, we do have some really, really good interviews coming up that I'm really excited about. Kicking off our first interview is actually going to be a double episode because it was just a great conversation. As much as I tried to edit it down, I couldn't. So there'll be 2 interview episodes back to back to kick off the season. We're going to get back into doing tarot episodes. I want to go all the way through the major arcana. So we have 7 more cards to go through. Yeah. So we'll start that off pretty early in the year. We'll be doing that. So we'll go through the last set of 7. When I do those, remember, and if you're new, you might not know, but when I do those episodes, I also do a YouTube video. The YouTube has different information. I've always felt it's kind of weird to talk about a card only on a audio medium, so I do a video for you guys. I pull cards from my deck and show them to you and share them to you. So we'll be getting back into that. I'm also probably going to be doing a fun little episode. I'm not sure when, but remember Nancy Christine Brady, way back from season 1? She's going to come back on the podcast. We've been trying to arrange because she loves oracle cards and I love tarot cards, and we're pretty good friends. So we thought it would be really fun to do a tarot versus oracle style episode where we look at why Nancy loves oracle so much, why it's her favorite tool, why she does not like tarot. And then I'll do the same. I'll talk about why I love tarot and why oracle is not my jam. I thought it'd be a really fun episode to do because Nancy makes me laugh. So we'll have her back on the podcast this year. I'm also hoping to get a few of my friends and people on who don't have businesses. I've been using the podcast as a platform to highlight people I know who have things that you can go check out, pages and offerings and classes. And some of the people I'm going to have on this year, we're just going to talk about modern witch life. How they got to their path, what they're doing now, how they have changed and grown as they've practiced, some of the things they've learned about themselves being a spiritual person. I don't really have a script planned for today. I usually do. I usually know what I'm going to hang out and talk to you about, but I don't. I don't today. I just want to talk about season 3 and kind of give you a bit of a preview to what's going to be going on and what will be having happen on the podcast. And yeah, that's it. I just want to hang out with you today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping this season to also talk about ethics in magic. I think it's a topic we should look at together, and I don't know if I'm going to have a guest on that or not. That's still forming in my mind. The other thing that I'm thinking about that will be really fun to redo is we did the Ask a Witch. So I'm actively collecting your guys' questions. I want to bring that back periodically throughout the season. I don't know if I'm going to do 1 a season or 2 a season. I think it's going to depend on how many questions I get from you guys. I also want to I want to find someone to do an episode with me. I'm not sure who it's going to be, but I think there'd be a lot of value having an episode where we talk about when you're reading professionally and what it's like when you're doing divination work for someone, and just the aspect of client care that comes with being a good reader. I've been to a lot of circles, and most of the time when we're in development circles and we're in learning circles, we focus so much on learning to be a good reader, to give good messages, to connect with source, to be able to channel effectively. And I feel that not a lot is taught about managing our client. And I think that would be a really neat thing to talk about on the podcast. I know some really amazing divination teachers who run circles, and I haven't really fleshed it out, but I think that would be a great topic. I feel like this should be a spoiler alert episode. I'm telling you guys all my thoughts. I wasn't even going to record today, I was going to take a break for this full moon because here we are between Christmas and New Year's, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to do anything. And I thought I'd just do like a mini promo, but I think it's turning into an actual half hour or so. That's cool, hey? I have a new free offering coming out for you guys this month. Well, in January. It's going to align with the new moons. And I'm hoping I can keep it all together because the podcasts go out on the new moon. And I'm just hoping I can produce all this. But the plan is to do new moon manifestation circles. And they're going to be free. They're going to be live. So we can all kind of be in the same energy together, working together. And they're going to be manifestation. The new moon is so powerful. I've been working with moon manifestations on the new moon for a long time, but really, really solidly for over a year. Every moon for the past year, I've been doing specific manifestation work. I'm tying it into the moon's phase, right? Because each new moon happens in a different place in the sky. So you can kind of highlight the work you're doing based on the astrology involved. So this is the circle I want to start running. I want to start doing manifestation magic with you, my dear coven. It's going to be on Zoom. You can register through my website. Just click through and you'll get the link so that you can join us live. And it will be around the new moon. It's usually not on the exact new moon, more because I have muggle commitments either with my kids or with my job that prohibit that. The first one is going to be on the 12th of January. It's coming up pretty soon. I hope that if you're interested, you can make it. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be really fun. One of the things about my path right now is I've been a solo witch for so long and I really enjoy working in a group. I do have a coven that you met, my coven sister Natalie. She came on the podcast. We trained together, so we've practiced magic on and off together for many years. But we have a little tiny coven, just a little group of witches. There's 3 of us that we've been trying to work together, and it's so difficult getting everyone's schedules involved. But I do so love working in a group. There's just such beauty to joining your energy with people. And I thought offering out a manifestation circle with you guys would be really fun because we could come together, we could celebrate. And I'm more interested in changing our lives for the better, right? Like I know there's lots of people do full moon circles, but that's release work. And I want to create with you guys. I want to make stuff. I want to shift our lives forward. And I know there is kind of an idea that every time you're letting go, you're opening up to receive, and I get that. But I want to put more energy right now at this time in my life into manifesting my dreams, not letting go of what no longer serves me. I do the release work and I do let go. Right now for me, I find I'm doing that more as it comes up organically in the moment. I've been doing a lot of healing over the past, 4 or 5 years, some very serious self-work and deep ancestral healing work. So I tend to do the release work regularly. And what I wanted to do was have systematic manifestation work, real poignant manifestation work, like targeted, like like a sniper rifle going for what I want in life. And I found it really has changed things. It has made things flow so much better in my life. So I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to join me if you feel it resonates with you, that you'd like to do some manifestation work. Come on out. And like always, no experience is necessary. I'll do some facilitating. I have a bit of experience facilitating. So we'll be working together. I'll be leading it. And yeah, I think it'll be really fun. I'm really excited for that. What else am I excited for? I don't know. I feel like if I tell you much more, it's gonna be like spoiler alert. You're gonna know everything for the podcast. Yeah. I think that's all. I think I've rambled all my rambles today. Thank you for hanging out with me in this very unscripted, impromptu podcast recording. I'm going to get this one out to you in the next day or so. Hopefully before the new year. I have missed the full moon though, but maybe I can get it out within like that 2 to 3 days that the full moon is active, right? I really love you guys. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate it. Keep sharing. Keep the conversation going with me. I love hearing from you. I wish you all the most beautifulness in 2024. And we will see you in your earbuds pretty soon. I think the next episode is dropping on the new moon, the 11th. Brightest blessings, dear Coven. I've been working with new